Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the show. It's your girl Angie Goodas here, being backed by the Casamigos Rhythm, by the one and only Willie Dunn Productions. Big up to you, Mr. Sir. If you want a rhythm, if you want a logo, you're gonna go on Instagram and you're gonna contact him at the underscore producer underscore Wheelie Dunn. WHEELIDON. Really big up your status. You see my two sexy logo there? The Big and Serious Podcast with the Angie Goodas podcast. A podcast. The Angie Goodas logo comes from my good friend, Mr. Wheelie Dunn. So Wheelie, big up yourself. Thank you, sir. Tonight's guest is What a Jerk. I'm excited. Yo, we're going to talk about food. We're going to talk about food and we're going to talk about mood. And I mean, it's food, the sustenance of life. Food is the sustenance of liberty and life and living. So I am so looking forward to that conversation. Tonight's big up is, of course, What a Jerk, because how could you have them come on the show and not big them up? So we're going to talk about them in a second. Of course, where's the makeup from, Angie? Juvia's place. Yeah, you know, Juvia, like, they just make me look great. What can I say? Juvia, you need to come on the show. Yeah, why not? New developments. We are on TikTok. Yo, I need a sexy horn for that. Let me do that one more time because, yo, no, I have to do it one more time. Yo, you have no idea how long it took me to end up on the block at TikTok. So big up to TikTok. Welcome to you. Welcome to the live. You don't know. And you know what? I'm going to move my stuff over. But there's also another reason for a sexy horn. Another reason for a sexy horn is because you can find the Big and Serious podcast on Spotify and SoundCloud. Yo, big things are going on now. Let us sexy on because yo, we need it. We have to have it. Yeah, big up to me and to my efforts. So SoundCloud and Spotify, welcome to the building. And if you're looking for us over there, you're going to go to Big and Serious Podcast with Angie Goodas. You're going to see my two sexy logos and you're going to know, say it's me. Right now, the episode that we have up is the one we had last week with Justice Kumari. If you missed that, well, you know what? It's not a bad thing if you missed it because guess what? You can get it over on YouTube. You can get it over on Twitch. You can get it over on, you can listen to it at Spotify and at SoundCloud. So big up for that. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a little amped because of that. I'm feeling hyped, not lie. Big up to TikTok. I see you coming into the chat. So welcome to my TikTokers. Yeah. You can tap up the screen. I mean, it's free. Tap up the screen, but stay for the conversation, of course. All right. So, like I said, tonight's guest is What a Jerk. They own a restaurant, and we will might as well just get into our big up. So, big up to What a Jerk restaurant. They've been feeding us since 2018. They're located at 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West in Toronto. You can actually call them at 416-255-JERK. That's such an easy number to remember. 416-255-JERK. You can check them out. You can get fed by them. And I mean, they have some really interesting things on their menu. Jerk chicken poutine. And then, of course, your regular staples. Of course, your jerk chicken. So many different things that you can get. So I implore you, go over there, check them out. And we will have them coming on the show very soon. So big up to you. What a jerk. All right. So as we move along, because I know I walked into the building a little bit tardy, but you don't know, life was lifing. What can I say? Life was lifing. So, you know, we'll do what we have to do when we reach what we need to reach. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to get into today's feature artist. I actually had the opportunity to sit down and interview this gentleman a couple years ago now. So we're due for an interview, sir. We're due for an interview. I did that when I was on the People Them podcast, but now I'm on my podcast. So you need to make your way over here. I am talking about three-time Juno Award winner, Mr. Kirk Diamond. Let me give him a sexy horn as well. Everybody gets a sexy horn. One more, because why not? So, Kirk has won 3 Juno Awards along with countless other awards, even a literacy award. It was for a book that he co-wrote. So big things. We will look at getting him to come on the show. But guess what? We're going to listen to a couple tunes from Mr. Kirk Diamond. So let me cue up my tings because, it's a dance, right? So, I think it's very fitting that I should run there from Kirk Diamond. Let me just quickly run over to Instagram. Wagwan, welcome to the building. Actually, even before I get into all of that, let me take a moment to say Wagwan to all of the platforms. So we're talking Twitch, my OGs. Enough respect to you. We're talking YouTube, another OG. Yeah, man. Yeah. We're talking Instagram. We're talking TikTok. We're talking Spotify. We're talking SoundCloud. That's why we're there. Yeah, we're just there. Yeah, we're there. So I'm gonna run this track, and we are going to sit back and enjoy "There" by Kirk Diamond. Oh, before I do that, let me pause medical music in the background because we'll have to pause that. Yeah. All right, here we go.
In come the musical thing with the people and what I want to call with there, yo. Lay by the for love is all I bring is outside. Well, I remember Sunday night when Mama feel with the at church. Ratty pick we up and then we gone down a crystal blue. And sometime with it, the church people are passing secret, make sure they don't see you. See all the crowd, my uncle them up like the car impression the people on the sex. Them ram it, them up the one them move them want to sit down on it. Spanish town rocking and many and a bun of chronics, but that day did come when the iron bird said it was time for us to hit the sky. And to everything I knew and loved, I had to say bye-bye, Earth. But I'll never back down. If you feel me left Jamaica in the background, stop. Cause everywhere we go in the world, we make them know say you're the day. Second on me king, you know me ting when time we're there. Forward on the song, them way you sing when time we're there. So when you hear the crowd, a bust a blank. It's just a yard stamping at the dance to make the people know we're there. Why you we walk, I know we talk, you know we're there. Show the whole world up for at the clock, so time we're there. So when they hear the crowd, a bust a blank. It's yardy stuff. Alright then. We say a long time we a tell them say we little but we power. And if we broke your car we not have a dollar. Watch out, man feel it we never come for follow. And if we make it in the life you know we got that. Because every youth have to fulfill them dream. And down a yard mama can't in if I market or if you do shopping spray from shit. One money a Western Union we pre call we there and we there. Out on the song where you sing when time we there. So when you hear the crowd a bust a blank, it's just a yard stamping at the dance to make the people know we there. Why you we walk and how we talk you know we there. Show the whole world out for at the clocks and time we there. So when you hear the crowd a bust a blank, it's just a yard stop. Alright then, we live every girl is have to find out for marry down yeah. I know come now them legalize marijuana. Well, you know what diamond them a go poison on ya and catch it. Me have a question and I want to answer. What make them feel the whole of we a gangster? Cause if somebody else go do a crime, by the time I check the news and at the night them all a suspect with the dead. So you know me deal with them in one verse. We kill like when them a bombers. Let me tell them this Ella. You know them so me and police now go converse. So watch it, make me step off in my converse. Well both the time we there. Second on me king, you know me ting when time with there. You sing when time with there. So when you hear the crowd, a bust a blank. It's just a yard stamping at the dance to make the people know we there. I know we walk, I know we talk, you know we there. Show the whole world out for rock the cops when time we there. So when they hear the crowd, a bust a blank. It's just a yard start. Alright then. In comes the musical team with the people, them when I want to call me there, yeah. Play by the king, love is all I bring, as I would say.
Yo, I wanted to catch it. I wanted to catch it at that beautiful scenery of I think it was Jamaica. It must have been Jamaica. Is either Jamaica or one of the many valleys in Canada. But such a beautiful scenery. But it's okay. It's all right. But Wadea, so yeah, Wadea, I am so amped right now. Like I can't even explain to you. Yo, you know when you're just pushing for something and you're pushing and you're trying hard and you're just like, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna do this thing, and no matter what it takes, I'm gonna get it done. I'm proud. You know what? I'm not gonna clap myself. Yeah, man. Go on, Angie. Yeah, I'm gonna clap myself because I kept going and it wasn't easy and I kept doing it. So before we get into the next Kirk Diamond track, you know, if you don't know, I manage an artist. Her name is Miss Diva and she gave me my first dub plate. So guess what? I'm gonna run it. Yeah.
You don't know it's a girl, Miss Diva, and right now I'm representing for Big and Serious Podcast with Angie Goodas. When you say Goodas for them, Angie, I want everybody keep it locked. Uno tune in, watch your girl Goodas, where you can get everything from inner the dance hall, what's going on in your everyday life, and everything in life in general. I want everybody just keep it locked. Log in. You don't know it's called the Big, Bad and Serious Podcast with Angie Goodas. What we say? What we say? I wanna be your number one girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Angie, you're only one in this world. Yeah. We're gonna keep it locked right now. Yeah, a diva this. Yeah, you don't know to keep it locked. Big Bad and Serious Podcast. Angie Goodas, large up yourself. I hate that. Miss Diva said that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hate that. I love what she says. A diva this. Yeah. Anyway. So big up yourself, Diva. Thank you so much for that dub plate. You know, make a girl feel a little special, you know? Yeah, we like it. All right, so we're gonna get into, my guest says they'll be here in a few minutes. So we're gonna get into the next Kirk Diamond track that I wanted to feature today. Big up to Kirk. He's going to be, oh my goodness. You know, I should have these things written down. Kitchener. He's gonna be in Kitchener. Lord have mercy. Just go to his Instagram page. You can see it there. Go to his Instagram page and you'll see when he's in Kitchener. You don't want to miss that show. So let me go on and share my screen. We're going to go through this Kirk Diamond track. And then hopefully by the time we're done, my guests will be here. And we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is food. You know, say, you know, the good as is a little bit craving, but I say it go sometimes. We're not eat for any and anybody though, but we're a little bit craving. So you know what? As well as a little bit craving, we're also too rough. You have to take it easy because we're too rough. So guess what? We're gonna run Too Rough by Kirk Diamond. Yeah, come sister.
Yeah.
Come along, way. Come along now. Yeah, we're too rough. Cause we don't argue, we don't do rap, man, a warrior. Cross the line, make them career. Say you go till them career. Mix up and story, tell the chef hurry up. Hang the pan stereo, cause it's a stereo, that's why they don't like we. You might be slightly sick in your mind, but try to keep all your feelings and Nike. we don't play that. Yeah, we do interview, but just don't feel like a beer check. When we touch stage and I see all the yard is like beer shit. We on the wheel and me know you did feel like Pat Sage. But this and a James, but that's what that mean. No, never hear about the big beer. Never hear about the big beer. So we tell them, say easy, take it easy. Cause we're too rough, yeah. Yeah, we're too rough, Jack. Yeah, we're too rough. So me tell them, watch them. When I like informer, watch them. Where you feel like we no carry chat a friend. Family you know that shock of them, TG, Tadland, that my brother them. Bother them if you want steal like again, yeah. Why them a flip and know we can't flop again. Rhythm get kick and feel like a sucker. Then eagle get the feet and feel like a sack again. See the bad line if we win and come back again. Start from the top and return it to the top again. The girl I celebrate and a wine like something and a una light. And then we slap with them oxygen. 6 side we tell them was no act again. Kurt Douglas not come back for act again. Easy, take it easy. We're too rough. Easy, take it easy, yeah. We're too rough. Yeah, we're too not it. Yeah, we're too rough. Easy, take it easy.
Yeah, Rastafari, man.
Yeah, take it easy because we are too rough. Yeah, we're rough, but we do it with a little bit of well, for me anyway. I'm a little bit rough, but I'm always a lady. Can a lady be tough though? Rough? Yeah. Yes, we can. Anyway, I see my guest in the green room. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, everything is working. And guess what? We're going to talk about my favorite thing because food is the staff of life. I am going to bring you on screen, sir. I hope you're ready.
Ready.
Ready. Welcome. Hi, Al.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
You know what? I am very good. I'm so happy and excited. You know what? First of all, I gotta say, if I was really thinking, I would be at your restaurant right now because I would be eating something because of well criven.
Well, we like your type.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna follow it. I already told my family, like, listen, we need to reach down there and get some food because your menu, the pictures that you have online. Scrumdiddlyocious.
Well, I hope it lives up to the hype.
Well, okay. First of all, before we get into any of that, I'm gonna say anyone that can get DJ Glenn C from Volume 7 Sounds out of retirement is a big thing. It's a good look. I'm telling you.
Well, I can't I can't take the full credit for that, but yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. I was
I can't take any credit for that actually. I only provided the venue and the food. So I'm not who am I fooling? But yeah, big things.
Big things. Listen, I was so vexed. I did not get to make it to that event. That was on Saturday. I had a family event I had to reach. I was screw facing the whole time because good food and DJ Glenn C playing. Come on.
Yes,
Glad you need to play again. Okay, just look into my eyes. You need to play again.
Oh, we put him on notice.
Thank you. Can you please message me when he's gonna play again?
I mean, I'm just a regular degular, so I don't know if that's gonna be of any influence, but I did really express how appreciative I was for him being there and just the selection of music. It was very, very sensible. Like I can't. That's the only word I can use to describe the way his playing. And of course, no disrespect to any other DJs, but I just found that throughout the entire night, just his music, just like he just knew how to work the crowd.
Yes. Yeah.
Very professional.
I always tell him, like, the science of playing music and entertaining. He went to university. He got his PhD because he will keep you entertained.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna see if I change the view. Okay, that's better. Although I look all up in the camera, but that's okay. There we go. That's better.
Oh,
Um.
excuse me. I'm just driving. I'm heading to my next.
Oh, you're cutting out for a second. Oh, I think we lost it for a sec. Oh, oh. He'll be back. Wait, hold on. Let's try that again.
Yep, I'm here.
You're heading to your next what?
I'm
Oh, we got to let him get out of the pocket. He's in a pocket probably. He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah. So, yeah, he's back. I was just gonna
I'm
say
back. Yeah.
it's the driving.
So
It's
so for the third time, I'm heading to my next adventure. I'm a
oh,
musician as well.
what?
I am a musician as well. So I participate and I play steel pan.
You play steel pad?
It's a, I do. I play steel pan. I'm a composer. I'm an arranger. I'm a steel pan musician.
Oh well, you have to come back and talk about pan because what?
Okay.
Because
Because
yeah, you have to come back because okay. So in my daytime job, I was a lead on a committee, and for Caribbean Culture Month, we were talking about pan, and I was learning a lot from that. So, um, you have to come back if you don't. I'm putting you on
yes,
notice. You put Glenn on notice. I'm putting you on notice.
all good, all good. I can bring. Well, it's funny because the running joke that I make is that the steel pan is made from a drum pan, so it's either jerk chicken or steel pan music. It's the same drum,
Now I have to
literally the
ask,
same drum.
how did you get into like the lover of drums?
Yeah, it's a crazy thing because I where I grew up, I just was exposed to steel pan music, and and then from then just made it a career thing. I took a music course in university, and yeah, that's my story. And the Toronto District School Board, I worked with them for 13 years, 15 years,
Wow.
sorry. Yeah.
15 years as an educator. I need to give you a sexy horn on that. Um, that's huge. Yes.
Yeah.
No, one more,
Yes,
one
yes,
more, one
yes.
more. My brother used to work for Toronto District School Board, and then he decided he got the wild notion that he needs to move out west, and he moved to Edmonton. But yeah, he was a teacher with TDSB as well. So
Okay, nice.
mhm, big things. All right, so let's get into the food because I am hungry. I should have eaten before I started this show, but it's okay. I'll eat after because I didn't want to. You know what? I didn't want to rush the meal. You know those ones? The meal is there,
Yes.
the food is there, but I wanted to
Yeah,
be able to sit down and savor. And I'm probably a chef's
absolutely.
dream because I'm a chef's dream but a restaurant owner's nightmare because I will savor the food, but why me not leave till me ready.
I know them ones. I know them ones.
You're like you're putting the chairs on top of the table to wash the floors, and I'll still be like, mm, yeah. I'm like, it's okay. I'll lift up my feet while you mop. Don't worry, it's okay.
That's okay. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes
10 minutes later.
or 20. I eat slow. So
Right.
you're at 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West.
I am.
Um, and you've been giving us a belly full since 2018, or has the Just What a Jerk been giving us a belly full since then?
Well, I started off as a food truck. So I own a food truck, and just basically the restaurant is an expansion of the brand, and it offers an opportunity for you to sit down and enjoy not only from the food truck menu, which was more of a fusion slash street food concept, but you could still get. Now I could sell oxtail, where people were
Mm.
coming to me on the food truck and asking for oxtail and begging me for oxtail. I was like, I can't sell you oxtail on a food truck, it's too expensive.
No,
But
no,
now
so
I
then
could
you
sell oxtail.
ox, yeah, you need an oxtail building for the oxtail food,
You really need an oxtail building, because I mean, if it
Yeah.
don't sell, you have to make sure it sell. You
Yeah,
know,
you don't have a choice. It just have to sell.
just have to
So
sell. Yeah,
let me ask you this: knowing as a restaurateur and having to deal with suppliers and the high price of oxtail is oxtail is like filet mignon and caviar. Okay, that's how expensive the
precisely.
oxtail is.
Yeah,
If you go to someone's house and they cook you oxtail, they love you,
they love you.
right? So,
Real
what are
talk.
your thoughts? And I don't know if you do this because I didn't get to go through your entire menu. I really kind of
Okay.
want to keep it as a surprise for myself. So when I go, I can be like, ooh, ooh, yeah. Okay. So,
Okay.
so do you actually do, you know how like you have people that will do like oxtail poutine or oxtail stuffed patties and things. Do you do these things as well? Or is it like
Not
that's being well brave with the price of oxtail?
not too many. I mean, I'm going in that direction. I do it with jerk chicken, and
Mhm.
that's how I started the whole fusion concept. Was I took jerk chicken and just expanded and incorporated some other items in the menu, and still do to this day. Like I did. I Jerk chicken poutine is one of my
Mhm.
best sellers. My stuffed patties. I used to do and still do it seasonal though. A jerk chicken sausage.
What?
Jerk chicken sausage.
Oh, when is the season for the jerk for the jerk chicken sausage?
Well, now that I have a brick and mortar restaurant, it's more feasible to do that, right?
Mm, that is huge. I think you need to patent that because jerk chicken sausage. What is
Yeah,
the restaurant
yeah.
open
There's
right
so
now? I'm
many,
gonna end this
so
interview and go
many
down to the
different.
restaurant right now.
They close in an hour. Kitchen
Oh
closes in
Lord.
20 minutes.
Okay, okay. If you must, if you
Yeah,
must
but I
close, I
mean,
guess.
yes, but I mean, I've dabbled in stuff like the jerk chicken chili
Jerk chicken chili.
with
Can you?
hardo bread, ma'am. When me tell
Oh,
you say it bad,
sir. No,
come
sir.
on,
That's so. I'm texting
it
daughter.
bad.
She want to do a road trip tomorrow because jerk chicken chili with hard bread.
Well, it's not in the restaurant now,
Look, she
so
came
but
quick.
it's
My daughter came
something.
out of her room quick when she heard that. She's standing right beside me, like, I got the keys to the car. Like, Riri, jerk chicken chili with hard bread. She's rubbing her belly and she's nodding and smiling and saying
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
Sir, what gave you the audacity to create these things, sir?
It's I think it's just the staying with the creative, being a musician and an artist, and just keeping that creative thing going. That's kind of just it just translated to the food too.
Wow, I love it.
And I
It's
and I get inspiration from a lot of the chefs that are out there too. There are a lot of restaurants and a lot of chefs that are doing wicked things, and they're like, yeah, like people are stuffing plantain with jerk chicken. You know what I mean? Yeah,
oh,
and you see them on TikTok, you see them on Instagram, and yeah, they're all blowing up.
I love that. You know, my dad used to rest in peace, Poppy. He was the foodie. He was a creative cook in the household. So
Mm,
he used to make like zucchini stuffed with like whatever he could find, really. But it
right.
had to be some type of meat item. But whatever meat he could find, he was stuffing that and those giant zucchinis, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so excited to reach your restaurant. So I had it backwards because I thought that the restaurant translated into the food truck, but
No.
really other way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know that's big, and I'm not gassing you, like I'm not boosting your ego, but you know it's big when you can go from a food truck to a restaurant because that means then that you really do have the audience. They're like, yo, feed us, feed us more.
I appreciate that comment, but I will tell you that it's something that just came to me. It wasn't
Mhm.
something that I had plans to do this soon, but in looking for a commissary, I came across um, an opportunity that I took advantage of, and I'm still. It's not easy. It's
Mhm.
not easy. If I tell you that business is 100% good all the time, I'd be lying.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
it's the only thing I'll tell you is that it's worth it in the end.
I love that.
Seeing the see I love to see people enjoy food, because again,
Mhm.
food for me is, aside from being craving, food for me is just that comfort that a lot of people find. And cool, and food is related to so many different things. It brings you to culture, and that's something that I stand on as a chef,
Mhm.
as a culinary artist, as I call myself, because I mean, I don't consider myself a chef with big title and stuff, but I do try to be innovative with food. And
Mhm.
it's not always, you have your spots where it's more appreciated in some places more than others, but
Mhm.
you're always trying a thing, you know
So you said you don't consider yourself a chef. So what in your eyes makes a chef? I'm just curious, as I've never heard. Usually,
um
you hear people grabbing the title, so I'm surprised that you're putting the title down.
I'm not putting the title down. I'm just trying to stay, because I think the name chef, especially if you call yourself an executive chef, that comes with a high
Mm.
level of prestige, and I consider myself a very good cook, a very
Mm.
good, like, I'm very good in the kitchen, but to say, I guess for the people who worked through the ranks and either studied or did their time, it's just out of respect for the people who are hands and feet down in the game and doing that.
Mhm.
I kind of just stay, saying, like, hey, I'm here too, but I'm not there. I'm here. you know.
I get it. I get it, and I
Yeah,
I love that. I
it's all
love the
part of
respect. I
it's
I,
all
I
part of
love the
staying humble
respect.
too.
Yeah, yeah. And you got to stay humble. You always got to stay humble in the game, right? Um,
Hmm.
that I like that, because yeah, you have people that they go through. From what I hear, they go through a lot sometimes to get up the ranks. So I love that you're like, okay, I'm a, what did you say, a culinary artist?
Culinary artist.
Yes, I like that. So what made
Yeah.
you venture into the world of food?
Just I mean, being of Jamaican heritage, you know, probably the toughest critics. Your Jamaican family are not yes people. If them not
Not at
like
all.
it, them not hide it.
Not true.
Believe me, ask me how I know. Trust me. and
Yep.
and that was what the measuring stick was. Any Jamaican, and again, other Caribbean countries, sure, but Jamaicans, no sir.
Mm,
That's all I can say is no sir.
it's true.
Them, we just different when it comes to stuff like that. We just different.
Yep. Oh my goodness, that's funny. So if you could crack the Jamaicans, say you're all right. You can't go on.
Yeah, all right, you can't go on,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Well,
can't go on.
they say if you dance a yard before you dance abroad. So you did what you had to do. You did what
This
you
is
had
it.
to do.
This is it.
I, I'm
This
not
is
gonna lie.
it.
I remember cooking for my dad sometimes, and he would taste it, and he'd be like, "Mm-mm, carry it back."
With love,
Carry it back.
right?
With love, yeah.
With love.
He's smiling as he's saying it.
Oh
Carry
yeah,
it back.
yeah, yeah. With love. Yeah, man.
Always with love.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, so you talk about the creativity and the fusion of the foods. What was your vision when you okay? Back up, Angie. Back up. The brain is braining. All right. So when you were like, I'm gonna move from food truck to restaurant, and obviously now you have to expand the menu. What did you go? What was your vision when you went into that?
So many different visions. One was just to bring. I like rustic. I remember. as a child, you know, going to Jamaica, and the first thing when my brother would pick me up from the airport, the first thing we did was we stopped and we get some jerk pork and jerk chicken, you know. So you
Yes.
have to find a jump pan, you know. You stop
Yes.
at the you get a jump pan, and it's the jerk pork or the jerk chicken on the foil paper with the pepper sauce and the hard old bread, and then that's like I'm getting goosebumps talking about that right now. That's the experience, and that's what I mean. That's my personal connection to food, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just to recreate that so that other people can enjoy too. And everybody has a different story and a different appreciation, so we try and make it all encompassing so that whatever your experience is, you can experience that when you come to the restaurant.
I love that. It's like you
Mhm.
you get to come home a little bit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And even just the decor is like it's very specific. Like the floor is sand color, so you feel like
Yeah.
you're in a place. And you have some plants around and some palm trees, and we're trying to the rustic wood, the wood and the
Yes.
water and all that stuff. That's all
Yes.
part of the experience.
So let me ask
You
you
know,
this, as a lover of plants, I have to fasten your business now. So them plant there, are they real plants, or are they like
they are
decorative?
real.
What?
They're
So
real plants. Yes.
we are say, oh
They're
my
real
goodness.
plants. And I, so I'm not the plant maintainer.
No, because
My
you're
mom
feeding
is.
us. You just have to focus on
Right,
feeding us. Yeah.
but I'm also not a plant person. So every
Mm.
so often I'll call my mom and say, "Listen, it's time. You need to come and deal with these plants." You know. And she comes and she cusses me every time. And I know, oh, you made the plant them reach to this. Why you never called me earlier? Because you were busy. I did call you earlier. you know and so clipping off dead leaves and stuff. It's
Mommy,
what
big
we
up to
do, right?
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
mommy, big
man.
up keeping up the plants alive. You see, it's our big
That's
job
it.
still.
That's it. And she loves doing that. My mom is retired and she's going to be 80 years old this year. So
Wow.
she finds that's her comfort. So we talk about food being comfort. My mom just needs the garden, and
Mm.
she have our callaloo and our this and our garlic and our listen, she just needs her cordless phone and she's in the garden and she's no business with nobody.
Wow. So let me. Oh my goodness. So do you take some of the items from mommy's garden and put that and use it in the restaurant, or is that like a private family thing?
No, because I mean she
I
doesn't
know she
really
doesn't do
plan
like a
things that
grand
I
scale.
use. Yeah,
Okay.
so I she doesn't really plan things that I use. But I mean, I'm really a strong believer of farm to table. So I mean, I do use a
Mhm.
lot of fresh produce and try and do the blend of the seasonings and stuff like that and make it.
Mm. Oh my goodness, you
Yeah,
blend the seasoning. Just
yeah,
yeah, you really love food. I can tell.
I
Yeah.
do, I do. Yeah.
Yep. I see it. Just the blend. What? No, people, we need to forward down to. Okay, let me ask you, when is the next DJ gonna be at your restaurant? Because I think I need to bring people down there. We gotta eat. We gotta
Live
eat.
music. Live music is on Fridays.
Okay.
So we have live music on Fridays, whether it be a DJ, whether it be live music, and it's Fridays and Saturdays are the time. Today is actually karaoke. So karaoke is happening. That's also something that we've added to our programming, and that happens every first and third Thursday of the month. So this being the
Okay.
first Thursday, the next one being on July the 17th
Okay.
is nice. Yeah,
This
and it's a
karaoke.
nice environment. Yeah.
I love that. So do you sell like at the restaurant, is there alcohol being sold too? I guess you really can't do those things without alcohol.
Well, exactly.
You
You can't
can,
do it
but
without
but it
alcohol.
wouldn't make
I
sense.
mean,
It wouldn't make sense. I mean, what am I? You know
yeah.
what? I eat that thing. I really ask you a really stupid question still, because as being of Jamaican descent, I understand the importance of you know those things with the food.
Liquid
So
courage.
liquid courage, you get a little liquid courage, and you can go up and sing a Foxy Brown or something.
Yes, you can sing
Um,
anything.
I see you're getting ready to go, so I'm gonna ask you one more question or two more. No, one more question. No, two. I have two very important questions for you. The first one is, what is your favorite dish to create?
I don't have a favorite. I
Ooh,
actually, that's a lie. That is a lie. Um, so you need to link me and tell me when you're coming so that I can make jerk chicken fried rice for you.
jerk chicken fried rice. Okay, sorry. My
Listen.
daughter just opened up the door. Yes. Okay.
Jerk chicken fried rice. It is one of my favorites for now. It is one of my
Okay.
most favorite things to do. But I really do enjoy um I'll tell you a few of my favorites. I really like the tacos,
Tacos. So
because
it's
it's
just like jerk chicken tacos.
jerk chicken tacos, fried chicken tacos.
Oh,
I haven't, yes, and different varieties. Pepper shrimp tacos and
pepper shrimp.
expanding into the different.
Okay.
Listen, it is not. This is not a good conversation to have. You didn't eat. You
I
did
did
not eat.
eat.
It's not a good conversation for you.
I feel like I'm not even going to say if when I interview you again, I must be
Hmm.
on premises on site. I will walk with my light
Yes.
and my stand for
Yes.
my camera and everything. I would do this over there because what I have to do it over there.
I love to live vicariously through the people who come into the restaurants and eat the food.
Oh, I love that. I love that because
Yeah.
like
So I mean,
yeah,
just the experience, right?
yeah, that's important. It's the whole ambiance. Like the fact that you're like down to the color of the floor.
Yeah,
There's a
a lot of
purpose.
the things were very intentional. A lot of the things were
Mm,
very intentional because you want that same feel, right? Like I always, I mean, flights are expensive. Travel
yeah,
industry is it's not always affordable for everyone. So I mean,
yeah,
and then what a lot of people have been saying in the neighborhood is that they don't see anything like what I'm offering, which is a sit down, an opportunity to sit down and enjoy a Caribbean meal.
yes,
And there's
yes,
something for everyone. There's, we can watch a game, we can play games. I got games there if you want to
yeah,
come play
games.
some dominoes. We have a ludi board, we have cards, we have all the games are there. And it's just about creating that experience, right?
Wow. So you've really taken it's almost like this is probably going to be a bad analogy, but this is just what pops into my head right now. But you've kind of taken like the 9 night feeling. You know when there's a 9 night and you have people playing dominoes, you have people singing, you have people, they might eat two food over there. So like,
All that's missing is the rare nephew, the
Red
rum,
is
and the red
nephew.
cup. The 9 night, yes,
It's a
yes,
9 night
but
vibe. I
not
love
nine
it.
night occasion.
No,
Not
not the
9 night
occasion, just
occasion.
the energy,
Not the
just the vibe.
occasion.
Yeah,
I
just the
understand.
vibe. Yeah,
I
we're a vibe
understand.
out. We're
Yes.
a vibe out, fully vibe. So,
Right. Right.
um,
Right. Right. I follow you.
my last question, because I know you got to go play some steel pan. You have to come back and talk about this, Al, because this is very important.
Anytime.
Because
Anytime.
Jamaican, I play the steel pan like I don't understand. No, man, this is all right.
There. So there is Yui in Jamaica has a steel band called Panoriddim.
Really?
Yes, Panoriddim, and they have a steel band there. I actually, so one of the members in my band here, Pan Fantasy, um, she came from Panoriddim, and
Wow.
I also have a cousin that was playing with them as well. So yeah, it's
Wow.
you have steel pan, man. Jamaica had the things. They're doing some things.
Wow.
Hmm.
Alvin Al's in the chat making fun of me. Alvin Al, you know I'm craving, so allow me now. Just let me live my life, my man. Sure. About watch good as about I run water. Leave me alone, the man. Sure. What?
You want that
Sure.
Kleenex?
You know
Wipe
what
up
I
your
mean? That
whole
Kleenex,
corner.
but sure. I'll load up the thing. Just kibba. Just kibba a little bit now. My gosh. So my last question
Uh,
for you before you leave us is you're giving advice to somebody on what they need to have in their kitchen, aside from the stove and the fridge, whatever. What is a must-have in a kitchen at home, from your perspective?
in terms of ingredients,
Anything, whether it's ingredients, whether it's a small appliance, whether it's a special utensil. What's a must-have?
I'm gonna go left with this. Your kitchen must have a soul.
Ooh.
Your kitchen has
Ooh.
to have a soul. If you can't make the connection inside your kitchen, within the
Ooh.
confines of your kitchen, if you can't, so I'm very spiritual too in my music and in with my food. And if I
Mm-hmm.
can't ground myself within the confines of the space that I'm working in,
Mm.
it's a wrap for me. I can't do the things that I am been blessed to do. So I always find that, your kitchen has to have a soul and you have to be able to connect with that.
Love it. Wow, I love that. And that's universal because what connects for me is not necessarily going to connect for you.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll let you go entertain the massive with the steel pan and ting. You know.
It's hard practice. We're practicing for competition that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. So
Oh, wow. Well, I wish you luck. Are you going to be on the
thank
road,
you.
Caravana, or are you going to be cooking?
Um, Probably both.
Playing
Both.
while he's jerking some
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah, yeah. Jump pan, and steel
Drum
pan,
pan
same
and
thing.
steel pan,
Yes.
CMT,
Yeah.
CMT. I love it.
Hmm.
Al, enough respect. Listen, I will let you know when we're forward. It's gonna be sooner than later. Trust me. Trust. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Anytime,
yeah.
anytime, just come through when you're
Yeah,
ready.
man. Food after run. Oh, you mean, man? Food after run. Blessings to
That's
you. Have a beautiful
likewise.
evening.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Take care.
All right, little more.
All right. Cool.
All right, that was Al Foster from What a Jerk Restaurant and Food Truck. Can you believe the food truck came before the restaurant? That is wild. I mean, you never really hear about that. It's usually, well, we started out as a restaurant. Turn on back the music. It's usually we started out as a restaurant and we opened up a food truck. So what? Alvinal, yeah, go forward. Alvinal's laughing. Oh, she's Bree's laughing. Alvinal, what? Alvinal, say I love me. Alvinal says, "Good as you're pretty and look and look like me." I'm pretty, and I guess I look like you because we are the family. Ting and ting and ting. Welcome, Alvinal. Dunno, very happy that you're here. You got Bree laughing and ting. Um, Yes, connect with the dumplings so they can connect to the body. Alvinal. Listen, Alvinal, I can't manage you. Alvinal says, connect with the dumplings so that they can connect with the bati. But we don't want the bati to grow too big, sick of the dumpling them. But, we would take what we can get because we like to have a nice bumper. A bumper is required. So we like to do that. But yeah. So Al says that your kitchen has to have a soul. And, that makes so much sense because if you're not resonating with your kitchen, the place that you're going to create the food, is it going to work? Like, is it going to work for you when you're trying to create those meals? And how much plantain are you burning up in the kitchen if you're not resonating with it? I'm gonna leave that right there. So yes, big up to What a Jerk Restaurant and Food Truck. They are located at 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard. Actually, you know what? I forgot to put up my caption. So I'll put up my caption. Where is it? Oh, this should actually be here. Yeah. So big up to What a Jerk Restaurant and Food Truck. Restaurant is located at 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West in Etobicoke. You can follow them on Instagram at either What a Jerk Restaurant or What a Jerk Food Truck. And they were actually the subject of this week's Big Up. So I'll just put their address up. And for my Spotify and my SoundCloud viewers, the postal code on that is M8W. Oh, Lord, I can't read that. 1M8. Lad, me a suffer. And you can call them at 416-255 jerk, which is 55 oh Lord, I can't read it, just read the screen. Oh, I'm acting like it's not right here for me to read it. I'm so silly. I'm sorry, I'm still learning the dance. All right, 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West. Postal code is M9W 1M8, and their phone number is 416-255-5375 or 255 jerk. Yeah, big things, big things, big things. Do you have a question? We're a very interactive podcast. So if you have a question, you have a comment, something you want to ask or talk about, by all means, just jump in and chime in, and we'll vibe about it. We'll discuss it. Big up to TikTok. May I beg you for 2 likes and ting. Tap up the screen. It's free. Please do tap up the screen. All right. So getting back into today's serious ting. Does your mood matter when you are preparing food? Guess what? It does. I mean, if you think about it, as humans on this earth, everything that we do is affected by our mood. Everything. You might not believe it, but it's everything you do is affected by our mood. Even your breathing is affected by our mood. So of course, when you're in your kitchen cooking, it's going to yeah, it's going to affect you. Alvina, your chest really high. Alvina would like to know if they deliver down to Windsor. It might cost you a pretty penny. So how about when you forward, we go over there. But I'm not gonna wait for you still. I'm gonna go over there before you. But if you feel like, say, yeah, go forward, you let me know and we can go over there still. But I'm gonna go there before you though, just so you know. I'm gonna reach there before you, Alvina. So your mood definitely matters. And believe it or not, and I'll be honest with you, when I came up with this topic, it literally was just because Al from What a Jerk was going to be on the show, and I wanted to have a discussion food related. But there's actually a whole study on this. There's actually a whole study on your food and mood and how not only the foods that you're consuming, how they affect you, but also when you're creating food, when you're making food, how your mood actually affects all of that. So when you're relaxed and happy, you're more likely, and think about this, people. Let's germinate on this for a second. When you're relaxed and happy, you're more likely to take your time, right? You're not rushing. You're in the moment. You're like, I'm going to try this special red pepper sauce or this, I'm going to try this new vegetable. You're very much slow and steady. You're cool. You're relaxed. You're good. You might be tasting as you go. You make something, you put something in there, you're tasting it to see how it is. I know for me, I need to have my friendly AI. I'm not going to call her name because then she starts to make up noise and stuff, and when I into that. But these things matter is what I'm trying to say, right? What was I going to say? You're also intuitively adjusting your seasonings. I wonder if the ancestors speak to you more when you're relaxed and happy and you're creating food, because you could be seasoning the food, you're putting in your seasonings, and then all of a sudden you get that message to stop now, my child. and you keep going, and the meal always turns out great. And I should take a poll. I'm gonna create a poll on my Instagram and on my TikTok. When you find that you burn up the plantain, were you in a good mood when you burned it up, or were you in a bad mood? I would like to know. Inquiring minds want to know. When you did burn up the plantain, I feel like all of us has burnt up plantain. So when you did burn up the plantain, was your mood good or was your mood bad? Everything is energy, Alvinal says. So them what? Oh, Alvinal says everything is energy. So them pots and pans is energy. Yes. Yes. You might have, like, for me, I have an extensive Dutch pot collection, different sizes and shapes. I actually literally have to keep Alvinal out of my kitchen because I don't want to search our bag to see if she take one of my things. She's gonna cuss. Watch her cuss now. But when I'm in a beautiful mood, my mood is great. The microphone, the tacophone, spin round. When my mood is great, I'm like, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. When my mood is great, I'm like, these pots are so shiny, they're so beautiful, they look great. And when my mood is not so great and I'm in the kitchen, I'm like, oh, this pot needs scouring. Look at these stains. Look at this thing. Look at this, bun up on the bottom of the pot, not on the inside, but on the outside. Them way there, how Dutch pot can get sometimes. Yeah, so everything is energy. You're so right. So, yeah, when you're relaxed and happy, you're taking your time, you're tasting the foods, you're a little bit more mindful of what you're doing, and all of these things, all of these efforts that you're taking while you're creating the meal actually then leads to you making better tasting food. you know it just leads to better tasting food, right? Now there's actually a thing called mindful cooking. And for me, when I think of mindful cooking, I'm thinking like, all right, I'm cooking with intention, but in the sense of I want to make sure that I don't give myself high blood pressure, or I try to avoid diabetes if I can. Like I try to avoid high cholesterol. All of these things, you would think that is what I'm talking with my hands. Let me put my hands down. For my Spotify and SoundCloud viewers, I'm doing this whole big dance with my arms on the screen. All right, let me stop that. For me, when I hear mindful cooking, I'm thinking along those lines. I'm mindfully cooking for my health. But actually, mindful cooking is gaining traction in mental health and in culinary circles. So they are actually like, all right, when you're cooking, what is your energy level like? What is your mood like? How do you feel when you step into that room where you're going to create a meal? What is going on? I think that is really cool, because we should be looking at these things. We really should be analyzing this and seeing Wagwan. So at Harvard, they actually had some researchers, also Harvard and other institutions. Let me correct myself. So Harvard and other institutions have actually done research on this, and they found that emotions influence performance in your creative and in your routine tasks. It makes sense, people. We are energetic beings. We have moods. We have emotions. Emotions is just energy in motion, right? But they all have an influence when you're doing anything. So from cooking, like I said earlier, to breathing, there's an influence in there. So your mood actually really does have an effect on the meals that you're making. And actually, there's a doctor. She is a psychologist as well as a mindful eating expert. Sorry, I have eating twice in my notes there. So Susan Albers, big up to you. She is a psychologist and a mindful eating expert. And she says, I quote, when we cook mindfully, we become more present, reduce stress, and form a stronger connection to what we are creating. Doesn't that make so much sense? And I mean, we could even get into how foods affect your mood, right? If I were to get into all of that, that's a whole other thing. But mood and cooking, foods that affect your mood. And you know what? I'm gonna just quickly go into that for a second. So if we're looking at food that affects your mood, right? So what food causes mood swings? Well, all right, I'm gonna go into here. I'm gonna just look at this really quickly. So some things that can have an effect on your food, but on your mood. But they say, okay, obviously, if you're eating many refined carbohydrates, High intakes of unhealthy processed carbohydrates, such as white bread and pastries, can cause your blood sugars to rise and fall rapidly, and that can lead to low energy and irritability. We kind of know all of that, right? But like in a general sense, let's see. Okay, this is just talking about how eating. This is really not what I'm looking for. It's okay. We'll just forget about it. But yeah, different foods can affect your mood. And if you think about it, food is mood, really. There's actually a chemical in the brain, all right? It is called serotonin. And this is what improves our mood and how we feel. And you get serotonin from like proteins and eating carbohydrate rich foods and all of these things, and it helps with your energy. But serotonin has an effect on your mood, and if you eat foods that will give you higher levels of serotonin, you're gonna have you're gonna feel better. It's just a thing. Well, that's why, if you think about it, we get into emotional eating. I used to be such an emotional eater. If I was not happy, trust me, I was eating. I was eating the most unhealthy things because I wanted to feel better. So maybe it was really high sugary foods because not unknowingly elevating the energy, right? All right, so I found a site here. This is heart.org. Big up to you. They're talking about good mood foods. So fruits and vegetables, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and maybe the psychiatrist too. These guys are cute. So fruit and vegetables have been linked to higher levels of happiness. So you need to get more fruits and vegetables in your diet. We don't, people tend to not want to eat the fruits and vegetables, but it'll make you happier. And if you think about it, hey, listen, you give a Jamaican a mango, yeah. Look at the connections between Jamaicans and mangoes. And if you go to the island of Jamaica, there's so many different types of mangoes. There's a reason. Okay. So omega-3 fatty acids is like the foods that you're going to find in your fish and your nut oils. When you have low omega-3 fatty acids, this is actually connected to being depressed and impulsivity. So like you just do things on a whim. You don't really care about the consequences. You're just like, I'm gonna do whatever. I don't care. I'll deal with it later, right? These things have an effect on you. So if you keep your omega-3s high, right, this is gonna help you with your moods. You're gonna feel better. You're gonna be more mindful. And I'm not surprised to see this here, but chocolate is it's a special treat. I love chocolate. I'm a dark chocolate eater, consumer, love it. But there's actually properties in it that improve your mood and even reduce tension. And they're saying dark chocolate is best. Yay me. I'm gonna give myself. Let me see what other soundbite can I use. I don't think cats eat chocolate, but yeah. Dark chocolate is best, but of course you're gonna have it in moderation, right? So yeah, if you go and you get yourself some good foods like some bananas, some nuts, some carrots, make your food so that it's easily accessible. So maybe you take some time to do a little bit of meal prep so that you have these foods readily available for you, and then you can just grab, I'm not feeling so good, I'm gonna grab a banana or something and have it and work through it that way. All right. So Alvinel says, because I'm on a diet and I just cooked some dumplings and banana and stewed chicken, and I couldn't help but eat 2 dumplings, and she's on a diet, and she eat 2 dumpling craving. It nice bad. But I speak to my belly and tell those dumplings not to stay. So they can't stay. When she eats them, they can't stay in her body. They have to go. So you eat the dumplings, you're like, listen, dumpling, you have to go. Look here. You're not telling you so you have to go. I'm not going to eat you, I'm going to enjoy you, but you have to go. It's so funny. Yeah, I mean, it's important. It's important. Um, and I think that food, obviously, you don't want to do things that are gonna be detrimental to your health, but you shouldn't deny yourself foods either, because once you start doing that, then you're running into the risk of binge eating and all of those things that are not good avenues to go down. So everything in moderation, all things in moderation, right? Mindful eating is your mood while you're creating food is, wow, mind boggling to me. It's mind blowing because, again, for me, mindful eating would be, what am I eating that's going to ensure that I am in better health, in a status of better health. So that's really cool to see that. Um, and if you've noticed, the world is taking on more of a shift towards being more mindful of what our energy is, and what are our moods, and we're talking more about mental health, and we're talking more about depression and things like this, um, because we're energetic beings, and we really should be paying attention to these things. We really should be looking at what is our energy when we're living our lives, and how are we showing up. um, I love it. I just think it's so cool that we're doing these things. um, I'm gonna look for a tune to play for you. I think I I'm just scrolling here for a second. Oh, this is a newer song. Actually, it's not that new, but we're gonna play this one. It is Kirk Diamond again, and then we'll maybe go on to another artist after that. But we're gonna talk about bring it good. So when you're in the kitchen, when you're in the kitchen and you're gonna prepare a meal, you better bring it good. And when you're pause that. When you're in the kitchen and you're preparing a meal, you better bring it good. When you're walking into that kitchen, make sure that it has a soul, a good soul, right? Make your kitchen, you know what? You see more people too being very creative with how they decorate their kitchen. Um, I remember this one lady, I won't name names, but she decided that against all odds, she was going to paint her kitchen a butter yellow. And I remember this was like many years ago, but she was going to paint her kitchen a butter yellow, and her husband absolutely did not like the idea of this butter yellow kitchen, but she was like, look, this is what I'm doing. And I love that she stuck to that. She didn't let him deter her from that, because she was the preparer of the meals in the household. So if she's creating a kitchen that for her has a soul, hello, you're gonna get you some good food. And when I tell you, that lady could cook. That lady could, big up to you. That lady could cook. If she invited you over for a meal, you knew you were gonna have a great time. And I'm not just saying that because I'm craving. I'm saying that because it was true. So the fact that she was very um firm with the color that her kitchen was going to be, and the decorations that she had in her kitchen, and the furniture that she had in her kitchen, um she was making that kitchen have a soul for her. So that makes so much sense. Make sure your kitchen has a soul. What resonates with you when you walk into your kitchen? What makes you feel like, I'm here and I am going to make myself the best meal, right? Or even if you don't know how to cook and you're like, I am going to follow this recipe, and I'm going to learn how to make this dish, and I'm going to enjoy it in this space. Because not only is food about the consumption of it and you're eating the meal, it's also the preparation of it, right? For me, there's music, I'm dancing, I might take some pictures of my process as I'm going, just as a creative, right? But it's all a process. And it's true for me personally. I find if I'm in that kitchen on a foodie Sunday and I'm making a meal, I am so like turned up, so to speak. I am turned up. I am dialed in. Energy levels are like up there. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling creative. I'm doing new things. I might be like, I'm a I'm gonna do something really creative. Like I would really love to know. Um, big up to Al who was just here. I would really love to know what made him think of making jerk chicken sausage. I would really like to know that, but I want to try it. But what type of mood were you in when you created that? You know, we definitely have to have more conversations with Mr. Foster when he comes back. But yeah. So you have to bring it good when you go into the kitchen. So we're gonna run a tune and then we'll be back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Vibe out to the tune. I bring it good for you. You know, I don't know. I bring it good. Yazid. Oh, let me pause my music here. Big up to the Casamigos rhythm. All right, here we go.
Girl, what talent is loving. Make it tickle your spine. The way you wine got to be mine. Tiffany.
Laugh off a boy with them tough chat. Them action for bigger than them
What
boss.
this girl say?
Tell her loving more, you better bring that. I one thing me I gotta tell you no. Well if I love you, I bring it better, bring it good. Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, left it on. You better leave the talking to your phone. You say I love you, I bring it better, bring it good. Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, left it on. You better leave the talking to your phone.
Tell me a time and a place and I me dep on your case like Matlock. All you a talk, I'm here the man to make you stop chat. Take me fin and nerd, me make you fold up like a laptop. Make you run and jump like say you hopscotch. Remember you give it to a man and then him drop down. That's why you come on me, you know me now go pop down. Give you a couple pump out of the shotgun and a shotgun. Maximum security you lock down.
Well if I love you, I bring it better, bring it
And
good.
you bring it up.
Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, left it
No,
on.
I'm talking.
You better leave the talking to your phone. You say I love you, I bring it better, bring it good.
See ya.
Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, left it on. You better leave the talking to your phone.
Remember me, neat and me sweet and me know how to do it, me learn say. No take no job and left it incomplete. Master in this, them want to study the technique. Any style you get, you know, say that it is a later. Two are we together, like the lyrics for a later. Me that tell your girl from the first time we met. I talk about you one rock stone, but that not tough like the diamond. Try take this from Iman, girl.
Well if I love you, I bring it better, bring it good.
Good loving.
Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, leave it on. You better leave the talking to your phone.
Oh, yeah, do
You
check
say
me with a
I
good
love
time.
you, I bring it better, bring it good. Love you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, leave it on. You better leave the talking to your phone. From the time you are come, I know me can't see you. Do a bag of talking, me now I hear you. Step in my room and make me romance you. A real girl want show you how the thing go.
Tiffany, if I love the looking for you, buck up on the diamond. Loving the looking for you, buck up on the diamond. Me say I loving the looking for you, buck up on the diamond. Loving the looking for you, buck up on the diamond.
Well,
See
if
ya.
I love you, I bring it better, bring it good.
Special
Love
delivery.
you, I bring it better, bring it good. But if I talk, you attack it better, leave it on. You better leave the talking to your
No
phone.
talking.
You say I love you, I bring it better, bring it
And you
good.
bring it up.
Love you, I bring it better, bring it
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I bring
but
it
if
up.
I talk, you attack it better, leave it on. You better leave the talking to your phone.
Yes. Gotta bring it good. So that was Kirk Diamond and Tiffany Malvo. Bring it good. And we're gonna run one more. I guess I'm on a Kirk Diamond thing today because we're gonna run another Kirk Diamond track. And you know what? It's so fitting because especially in the culture, if you're, you know, familiar with the Jamaican culture, food and music is so important. They go hand in hand. You have one and you have the other, you have a good mixture. Like that is the scientific equation of a good life. You have food and good music. Yes, I told you, nice. So I'm gonna play Reggae Party by Kirk Diamond. It's probably my last tune that I'm gonna play tonight, and then we'll vibe out for the rest of the show. So I'm going to share my screen, and yeah, we'll do the thing is it.
Lay by the king, I miss and love is all I bring us, I say. Born out of love and the purpose was for us to be free. And I know Judge never make no borders for we. Divide and rule I see is their best wishes when their plan is to build walls instead of building bridges. Ay. But hear the music now feel liberate with. A love alone can overthrow the hatred. So much effort them put to separate with. Them a go on until one day them realize that we ain't nothing to play with. Ay. But while the news are giving rumors about how much there is a new world war, them alone can tell me what they're fighting for. But I know a place that can unite us all. I call it the dance hall, but you will know it as the reggae party. No bring no trouble when you're there in a me party. I'm not if you hear a Dennis Brown in a me party. That sure sounds good to me. Hey, and I tell you about it, the reggae party. I love the machine and bring your queen in at the party. I'm not if you hear a Jacob Miller in the party. That sure sounds good to me. I said that sure sounds good to me.
People fighting every day. Look and see it everywhere. So the man that needs to find an escape, a place to put down all their cares. And if you really search, you will find it. A little phenomenon, money no Babylon come from the island. There ain't no cost of vengeance, you just pay with your kindness. Cause reggae it will always stay timeless. Sure sounds good to me. I mean it from reality. It's good to see people fight against brutality. It's lunacy, the crimes against humanity. It is one big plan to tear us down, but we will stand because we're in
reggae party. No bring no trouble when you're there in a me party. I'm not if you hear a Gregory Isaac in me party. That sure sounds good to me. Hey, and I can tell you about it, the reggae party. I love the machine and bring your queen in at the party. You know you have got your good era in the party. That sure sounds good to me. I said that sure sounds good to me. In at the party, you know me, I got your diamond in the party. I make sure meet your guy in a me party. That sure sounds good to me. You know we talking about the reggae party. I all you feel no play no Bobby now me party. You must see want to see trouble in a the party. That sure sounds good to me. I said that.
They cut it so abruptly. What? That was abrupt. My goodness. Allure. When are you ready for that? Wow. I expected some little fade out or something, but it's okay. That's how it goes sometimes, all right. So some more thoughts on food and mood. I'm going to give you some homework this week. I'm going to give you some homework. So I want you to stop and think. What foods make you feel good? And like, don't even think about whether or not they're considered healthy or whatever. What foods, when you eat, do you actually feel good? You're like, I can feel my energy increasing. I can feel myself feeling a whole lot better when I'm eating this thing. Think about that. Also, think about what foods make you feel bad. So, what foods is it that you're eating it and you just become in a bad mood? Your mood just drains you. Like you're just like cha, can't butter, like mina business, can't butter. What foods do that for you? So once you start thinking about that, then take it a step further and think about what do you need to have in your kitchen? Okay, stay with me here. What do you need to have in your kitchen in order to feel happy when you're creating food? What are your must-haves? And drop them in the chat if you're here and you're listening and you want to vibe out with me. Like Alvinol, if you're still here, what what are your must-haves in the kitchen? Like before Alvidal or anybody can go into the kitchen and create a meal. Big up to my TikTok viewers. Thank you for being here. Big up to all my viewers. Think about this for a second, and if you feel free, please do. We're interactive here, so drop it in the chat. What is your must-have in the kitchen when you're about to create a meal? For me, it's music. I mean, it's probably fairly obvious because when I started out this podcast, I was like, okay, it's just gonna be we're gonna have discussions about different topics and things that people don't really think about, and we're gonna have these discussions. But somehow, it's in the DNA. The music is in the DNA, and it just has found its way into the podcast. I don't mind it. I mean, I really don't mind it. I think it's a beautiful thing. I love music. It's all about my life. But it's a major part of my life, I should say. But when I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to create something, whether it's something as simple as an egg, not one of my elaborate eggs, but like a regular egg that I'm gonna make, I gotta have some music. I gotta have some music. It's so important, and it could be any type of music, but I gotta have some music. Um, Alvinel. Alvinel says one of her must-haves in the kitchen when she's gonna make a meal is salt, cause me no want no fresh food. You know, say it out of sense. Alvinel says she don't want no fresh food, so she have to have salt in a PR kitchen. That's your must-have, Bridget. I can't with you. But you know what? Salt is I forget what they say salt is now. Help me here. Salt is what? Something of the earth or something like this. Salt is something. So yeah, salt definitely. When I really want to eat no fresh food around here, if you give me fresh food, Alvin, I'll go get back. No lie. I'm not gonna tell you just hold that minute need it. It's all right. But is there anything else that you need in your kitchen when you're going to prepare a meal? What else is your must have? And I'm talking like for your mood. What do you have to have in your kitchen? I should probably elaborate my question. What do you have to have in your kitchen for your mood when you're going to prepare a meal? I need music. There's got to be some type of music. So I can vibe out and hopefully not burn up my plantains and while I'm dancing as I make the food. So going back to your homework, once you figure out, and please, I implore you, make sure that you're eating healthy foods. Make sure that you're eating foods that are going to help you maintain equilibrium within your body. Okay. Make sure that you're eating foods that are going to help you sustain health, because health is mega wealth. Like this is worth more than diamonds and all the money in the world. If you have all the money in the world and you're not healthy, like if you're you know what that looks like, right? So please make sure that you're consuming foods that are nourishing your body and helping you to maintain a level of equilibrium in your body. But think about the foods that make you happy. Think about the foods that are like, I just, yeah, no. And stock your kitchen with foods that are not only healthy, but that also help you to be in a state of a better mood. So I think for me, I mean, I've always been a lover of chocolate. I love sweet. I actually love salt too, because salt and vinegar chips is a weakness for me. Like I can't really resist that. But I've always been a lover of chocolate, and I think as I ventured more and more down a healthier lifestyle path, I air quoted there for my Spotify and SoundCloud viewers, healthier. I started to venture into the world of dark chocolates because it was a healthier version that I could choose and that I felt was good for me. But your homework this week is to stop and think, because food is the staff of life, right? Food is so important in our lives. Like we need food in order to survive. Yes, we can go extended periods of time without it, but at the end of the day we still need it, right? You still got to eat. I don't care how many water fasts and stuff you do, you still got to eat. Okay. So think about the foods that um make you feel good. Think about the foods that make you feel bad. Think about the foods that you eat and then your stomach gets so pissed off with you. I have foods that I eat that the next day or even the next 2 days I am suffering. It's horrible. And but I love the flavor of them, so I probably have to find different options that my stomach will be able to consume and feel good. But there are foods that when I eat them, my stomach just gets very upset with me. So I try to keep them out of my kitchen and out of my space so that the temptation is not there to go and consume them. But think about these things. What foods make you don't what foods make your body tell you that I don't like this? What foods does your body crave? Right? And if you're craving them, I mean, if you're craving some unhealthy stuff, maybe you start needing to do some research or talk to your healthcare provider about uh, about why your body's craving these things. Alvinel says some Ray and his nephew. Good old Ray. Ray finds himself into all the worlds of our conversations. Um, oh, you see? Alvinel says the dumplings that she just ate, a war with Arnell. Like she's so bloated from them. Yeah, it's probably gluten. I'm not trying to diagnose you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare physician or practitioner or any of that. But yeah, were they fried dumplings or were they boiled? Now me, I'll go fasten your business. Were they fried dumplings or boiled dumplings? I'm so curious. What type of dumplings did you have, lady? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. Oh my goodness! And then there's this thing on my I can't even bother with that right now. I'm not even going over there. You know what? I should. I'm gonna run over quickly to Twitch, to see Wagwan because why for that? So we're gonna quickly run over to Twitch just to see what that's all about and get rid of it. But I feel like if we and I never want to be one to be on a soapbox and all these things, but I think if we really you know think about oh, I don't know how to do it right now. I can't. If we really think about the foods that we're consuming and how it's affecting our body and you know what is it doing to us, I think that we would be it would help us a lot, right? It would help us a lot because maybe we're going to put ourselves in a better mood. Maybe we're going to help ourselves to feel a bit better. Um, Sorry, I was dealing with something on TikTok for a second there. Boiled dumplings. That was the problem, my girl. You should have fried them. I was going to say, I hope they're fried. You should have fried them. Yeah, if you did fry them, you'd feel better off still. That's my Angie reasoning. If you did fry the dumplings, you don't feel much better, but you go boil dumpling. Oh, but then with the leftover dumplings, are you gonna fry them tomorrow? People, how many of you actually, if you make boiled dumplings, do you actually slice them up the next day and fry them? Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm not even gonna lie. My dinner is sitting there waiting for me, and I'm gonna eat it, even though it's late. I'm gonna eat my dinner because I'm so hungry. And this whole conversation of food has my stomach like, yo, when are we ending this? When are we ending the show so that we can go get some food? Big up to What a Jerk restaurant. What a Jerk food truck. The food truck came before the restaurant. I'm still blown away by that. Big up to you. 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West. Go over there on Thursdays. Every first and third Thursday is karaoke. Live. Yeah, right. Just as yeah, fried dumplings would be so much better. What was I saying? Every first and third Thursday is karaoke. Friday and Saturday is live music. Go over there, vibe out, get you, oh my goodness, get you some jerk chicken tacos, right? Or jerk chicken sausage. I mean, my life has just changed. I don't think they understand. Um, but yeah, go get you some jerk chicken fried rice. Hello, my life is so different now. Run over there and get you some food. And if you see the food truck on the street, and I meant to ask him if he was going to be at the food truck festival, I'm gonna message him and ask him because I will definitely be lining up to get some food off of that food truck. Big up to them. I want to say again, TikTok, thank you for being here. Welcome to the building. Welcome to the conversation. We will have many more conversations and many more good times. Welcome to Spotify. Welcome to SoundCloud. Yo, me nah lie, me feel real nice about it. Yeah, the good us feel good about it. Me nah lie, and you know what? Big up to my mom. Big up to Mama Goodas because ironically, let me tell you the irony of all this. I was sitting at my desk doing my day job, and Mama Goodas was feeding me. She brought me some food to my desk. It was porridge. And I promise you, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. I have been struggling to get on TikTok for months. We're talking, this has been a good 6 month journey of getting this podcast in this fashion, the way that you're looking at it now, TikTok, and everybody else. Getting it like this on TikTok has been a journey. I promise you, I dipped that hardo bread into the porridge, and I was like, I should go see what my streaming platform is saying to me about TikTok. Let me apply again. I'm gonna take a bite of my porridge, and it said approved. Yeah, Mama cooking are the greatest. Not lie. Mama cooking are the greatest. Yeah, so it's Mama's cooking that made me get on TikTok. And then that just inspired a whole other thing, and I was like, I'm gonna get myself on Spotify, and I'm gonna get on SoundCloud, so we are over there as well. So I want to say big up to my newcomers. Twitch, you've been with me from day one. From day one is what I'm gonna say, and that day one, believe it or not, was like 5 years ago. You've been with me since then, so big up to you. um of course, YouTube, you done know. Love you long time, love you whole heap, and Instagram. But people, I'm gonna say to you this week, make sure that you're being mindful of the foods that you're eating and how they make you feel. Make sure if you haven't done it already, or if your kitchen doesn't have a soul, maybe that's a little DIY project. Fix up your kitchen and give it a soul, whatever that looks like for you. Give your kitchen a soul so that you feel good when you're in there. And let's make some really good food this week. At least one meal. Make yourself one really good meal this week. Okay. Maybe I'll drop a poll about it on one of the social media platforms. If you're looking for me, you can find me every Thursday from 8 to 10 on the Big and Serious podcast, which is where you are right now. You can also find me over the summer every third Monday morning overnight. So 2 o'clock in the morning on Mondays, every third Monday. So the next time I'll be there will be July 14th on the Big and sorry, Roots Rock Reggae radio show, 90.3 FM. That's with Singing P, Calendar Man, Mad Vibes, and Brother Cliff. You can find me over there doing information for the nation. And with the information for the nation is just information that the nation might need. So I'm on at 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to sound awake. And we're figuring it out. I'm not even gonna, if you see me do a video about it, then you know that if you see me post a video about being live on a day other than Thursday, then you know that I've figured it out. But I was actually immediately went live that evening on TikTok. So that felt good. So, that might be a thing. That might just be like a really loose show, mainly centered around music because music is everything. But yeah, music is everything. So listen to some good music and eat some good food and have a beautiful week. Be good at being bad, but don't hurt nobody because why for that? And we're done. It's 10 o'clock. My food is, listen, my meal is calling me. So I'm going to go get that. Make sure you make your way down to What a Jerk restaurant or look out for their food truck, 3303 Lakeshore Boulevard West. You can call them at 416-255-JERK. Yeah. Be good, be full, be happy. Oh, wait, before I leave, I gotta end the live on Instagram. It's Instagram, big up to you. Oh, look at I didn't see the chats, I'm sorry. But little more, you done know. Yes. Hi, Bad Vibes. Hi, Mad Vibes. Bye, Mad Vibes. All right. So coming back over to it's all about the dance, right? It's all about the dance. But yeah, I just want to take a moment to say have a great week. All right. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time in one of my ventures, but for sure I'll see you next Thursday. Oh, let me tell you before I go who my guest is next Thursday. I believe it's Planky Dunn, but I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, man. Of sense. Next week, Planky Dunn. It's gonna be a wicked conversation. You done know. Planky Dunn. Winner G. We got some Winner G going on. I'll see you next week. Peace.